Welcome back. So, here is the end of chapter 2. And what we're focusing on right now is continuing our conversation of inequalities, but now referencing them in terms of absolute value. So, we just discussed graphing absolute value 2 lessons ago. So, I'm hoping this is still nice and fresh in our minds. So, remember, what you do is we're going to graph these based on transformations. So, remember, we take a look at this x minus 2. That is shifted 2 to the left. And, oh, I'm sorry. Whoa. 2 to the right and 3 up. Okay, because remember, when it's inside the function, left or right, remember it's acting kind of oppositely of what you'd expect. And remember what that finds for us, that finds our vertex. 2 to the right, 3 up. So that's where our vertex is, okay? And then remember, what we're doing is we're following the points from there. So this one doesn't have any vertical stretch at all. So this one is just going to go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. And then, of course, in the opposite direction to get our V shape, okay? But remember, the key is you're finding your vertex first. So once you have that, now it's kind of the same as linear inequalities. I need to look at this. So greater than or equal to. The or equal to means we get a solid line. Greater than means we're going to shade above the vertex. Above the vertex puts us on the inside of that absolute value. So again, almost the same as what we've been doing previously. So let's look at this. So this time we're going 1 to the left and 5 down. 1 left, 5 down is going to put us right there. This time also notice you have a stretch of 2. So instead of going up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, this time we're going up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, so on and so forth. And then, of course, we also have the reverse happening on the other side in order to get our V shape. So once we have the basics, now we have to remember to treat this as an inequality. So here I look at my symbol, and it is strictly less than. That means I'm going to be dealing with a dashed line and less than the vertex is going to be out here. So what ends up happening is I shade everything that is not inside the V, okay? If going less than lands you on the outside of the V, you literally just shade everything that is outside. All right, let's take a look and refresh our memories on this next one. So here I look and I'm going 2 to the left and 4 up. Okay, so the first thing you do is you look at your transformations. 2 left, 4 up leaves me there. And now I look at my stretching. So here I have a stretch of 3 and an x-axis reflection. That means it's going to be opening downward. So now I'm going down 3 over 1, down 3 over 1, so on and so forth. Then, of course, the exact same in the opposite direction. That's how I'm going to get my V shape. Here I look at my symbol. Strictly greater than is going to lead me to a dashed line. Greater than, I look at the vertex. If I go greater than the vertex, that's landing me on the outside of the V. So I'm going to shade everything that is outside of that V shape. And finally, the last one. So the last one, the little trick to remember is if we graph anything, it has to be in y equals form, okay? So here, I'm going to have to add that 1 over before I can do anything. And now that I've done that, now I can see, all right, this is taking me 5 to the right. That's taking me 2 down. And that's going to help me find my vertex, okay? 5 to the right, 2 down. Now there's no stretching, so it's really just doing the normal up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, then the exact same in the opposite direction, because that is how we get our V shape. I look at my sign, less than or equal to. The or equal to makes a solid line. Less than puts me outside of the vertex or outside of the V. So I'm going to shade everything that is out here. So pretty painless, as long as you were good at graphing absolute values back a couple lessons ago, it's going to be really easy to pick up on how to deal with the inequalities. So once you have all this written down, then feel free to move on and you can start working on your practice work.